Stop trying to hit 10,000 steps per day. Seems strange advice, right? Hey, I'm Alex Hall, the DNA Fat Loss Coach. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, do go ahead, like the video, let me know your thoughts below, and of course hit that subscribe button. If you're back again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for following my journey. So I want to make it clear, nothing magic happens at 10,000 steps per day. Nothing magic, okay? It's not suddenly like you do 10,000, you do that 9,999th step, and then the next one, suddenly your fat just goes, oh, 10,000 steps are done. Let's evacuate all the fat, let's just leave the body, right? Nothing like that happens. We have this crazy obsession with completing exactly 10,000 steps per day. And the truth is, it's just some arbitrary number someone came up with. Someone could have well said 15,000 or 2,400 or 7,000, right? But 10,000 is a nice, clear, round number. So they said, stick to that, right? But the issue is 10,000 steps, that's quite a lot. For full transparency here, I want to just be clear. I don't track my steps, but I have in the past, and I was probably doing somewhere in the region of maybe 3,000 to 5,000 a day with a little walk, maybe an evening walk or something. But I was also doing resistance training. I didn't have my phone on me at all times, so I was kind of completing what I would class as the core foundations, moving my body, getting in some resistance training in terms of movement. But I wasn't hitting this 10,000 steps a day. You know what happened? I still hit my goals, okay? I still achieved my goals despite not doing 10,000 steps per day. And the truth is that you can achieve those too. I want to share with you a better, more productive way of looking at step counts, because I think there's a real downside to aiming for this arbitrary 10,000 steps per day, okay? So let's say you're currently doing 1,000 steps per day. You're pretty sedentary, you're working from home, really all the steps you're doing are upstairs, maybe to the bathroom, maybe to the kitchen, grab another snack, okay? If you start aiming for 10,000 steps per day, that's a big step to go from 1,000 to 10,000. You're times it by 10 the amount of steps you're doing, okay? And it's also a big time commitment, right? Walking 10,000 steps can be best part of an hour's walk for most of us, okay? Every single day. Now, trouble is, sure, it's great to be aspirational, have this goal, but if we slip up, or we don't allocate time, or maybe the weather's not so good, or maybe something comes up, life gets in the way, and we're aiming for this 10,000 and we hit 3,000, it's very easy for us to put ourselves down. Oh, I've only done 3,000 steps today. Oh, I'm not even a third of the way towards my goal of 10,000. I'm a failure, right? This negative self-talk can start to develop, okay? Maybe you've experienced that in the past. You set yourselves these lofty aspirational goals. Great, they can be great for some. But in failing to perhaps plan and understand some of the practicalities, 10,000 steps sounds great, but do you have time to do an hour's walk based on your current schedule? Would it not be better to break it up a little bit, so aim for maybe 3,000, and then maybe build up to 4,000, and maybe build up to 5,000, okay? So that's the basis of what I think is a more productive way of looking at it. If you're currently doing 1,000, why not aim for 1,500? It's 500 more steps, but done every single day will really start to add up, okay? Maybe once you reach 1,500 and you're doing so consistently, that's the key word here, doing so consistently and even sustainably, right? You're doing it in a way that you enjoy, you're doing it in a way that it fits in with your lifestyle. Maybe then you aim for 2,000, okay? Within a couple of months, you could be sustainably, consistently doing 1,000 more steps per day and rewarding yourself, feeling more positive, feeling like you're winning every single day because you're ticking off these small wins, not putting yourself down and failing and maybe even going on a binge because you haven't managed your 10,000, okay? There is a caveat to this. The people who I think having a 10,000 step per day goal is good for are those who are already doing 9,500 steps per day. okay? Because they're already up there, they're already allocating the time every single day. So maybe just stretching that a little bit further to 10,000 is the incremental step for them. But for them, it's not just some arbitrary number picked out of thin air, okay? For them, it is an incremental, small little change to take them to the next level. But if you're currently at 1,000 or 2,000, a small incremental change that will give you a surprisingly big benefit. You only need to do, say, 500 more steps per day, consistently build that habit, build that routine, allocate that time, then increase it another 500 per day, build that habit, build that routine. Just take your time with it. You know, if it takes you a month to go from 1,000 to 2,000 steps per day consistently, that's totally fine. Another month you'll be doing 3,000. It's 3 times the amount, all within 3 months, and that's incredible. I think we need to reward ourselves more for doing the amount that we can, okay? So be realistic, and remember, 10,000 steps is just some arbitrary figure, basically to sell more smartwatches, right? Smartwatches and our phones, etc. have these pre-logged 10,000 steps per day goals in them. And it's just something to kind of tick off, right? You don't need to worry about it. Just try and do more than you were currently doing. Because if you look back a month ago, 2 months ago, and you're doing more than you were then, chances are you're healthier, you're fitter, you may have lost some weight, right? Your body's really going to be thankful for it. Maybe even your stress is reducing, right? Walking, especially walking outside, can be an amazing way of reducing stress. If your stress is reducing, maybe even your sleep's improving. If your sleep's improving, you're going to be retaining more muscle, burning more fat, or from just doing a few more steps. So it's much more important to just consistently aim for a few more steps than you're currently doing, than aiming for some super aspirational, arbitrary number and failing very often, because that comes back and bites you, okay? It bites you in terms of that negative self-talk. Focus on your goals, not someone's arbitrary figure, okay? So I'm curious, how many steps are you doing currently? And what is your goal? Are you aiming for 10,000? If so, I'd like to understand why, you know, let me know in the comments. If you're currently doing 3,000 or less, what's your next goal, right? What can you do to up that a little bit? Because as I said, it's going to have a small incremental improvement over time, which is going to build, kind of snowball into this massive effect down the line. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you checking out the video. Again, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how many steps you're doing. Let me know what your next goal is below in the comments. And I look forward to chatting with you soon.